Hey guys, it's Matt. So today we're going to be talking about The Hunger Games. Yep, I know. The big thing that everybody's been talking about for the past few weeks and obsessing over. Well, it's a book, if you didn't know that. It is a trilogy, and it just got turned into a big production film. And if you haven't had the chance to see it, go see it. And if you haven't read the books, you definitely need to read the books because they're really good. I've read them. I'm working on the third one right now, but the first two are really good, and the movie was really good, and it was pretty faithful to the book, the first book. So definitely go see it. For those of you who don't know really what it's about a girl named Katniss, and it's kind of post-apocalyptic United States, like after a huge war has just totally destroyed the U.S., and it's now controlled by the capital or the government, and they divide the U.S. into 13 different districts. Well, the 13th district decided to rebel against the capital, and so the capital, to prove that they are the ones in power, destroys the 13th capital, so now there are only 12. And Katniss lives in the 12th district. And every year, they do what they call the Hunger Games, and they take two tributes, or a boy and a girl from each of the 12 districts, making 24 tributes total, and they pit them in an arena that the Capitol makes, an artificial arena, to fight to the death, and the winner gets rewarded with money and food. So that's the exposition that you need to know for the Hunger Games. I'm gonna try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. However, if you do consider what I'm about to say next a spoiler, and you haven't read the Hunger Games or seen the movie, you might want to stop watching now. But it's not that big of a spoiler. Katniss ends up being torn between Gale, which is her friend from District 12, and Peeta, who's also from District 12, but she doesn't know as well, and she meets him through their training and stuff in the Hunger Games. And I'm really upset because the Hunger Games versus Twilight, not at all alike. This is not Twilight, people. And I'm really disappointed in, fans that are making this, team, like it was with Twilight, Team Edward and Team Jacob, or whatever that was. No. This is not Team Gale, Team Robin Hood versus Gingerbread Man Peeta. Seriously, no, it's not. This is ridiculous. No offense to Stephanie Meyer, your books were decent, and your fan base is insane, but I don't want this being drawn to the Hunger Games because it's a lot better, and that's just not. It's not what it's about. You're getting rid of Katniss in the mix of the fight, and it's not Team Gale versus Team Peeta. It's just not how it works. Besides, Katniss is the best anyways, obviously. So that's the Hunger Games. Again, if you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie, and if you haven't read the books, you need to. On a side note, I have just found out yesterday about something that Jennifer Lawrence has done. She has been attacked by PETA. If you're not familiar with what PETA is, it is, which is kind of ironic, but PETA is the animal protection agency or whatever that is defending animal rights, and they are attacking her on her old movie that she was in called Winter's Bone, in which she skins a squirrel. And if you haven't seen The Hunger Games, she does have another scene where she skins a squirrel too, and she's also a hunter. So she was attacked by PETA for doing this, saying that she's just hate crimes basically, and as quoted by Jennifer Lawrence, she says, "I should say it wasn't real for PETA, but screw PETA." And she laughs. And I just think it is funny because, they said, the president, Ingrid Newkirk, said, she's young and the plight of animals somehow hasn't touched her heart. I'm sorry, PETA, but there are hunters. There always will be hunters, and you can't stop them. Because if we didn't kill animals, they would overpopulate, and they'd be all over the place, and there'd be smushed animals all over the road, and there'd be rabies-infected animals biting humans and little children, and then you'd be getting the crap suit out of you. So why don't we stay off of Jennifer Lawrence? The only reason you're attacking her anyways is because she's so big, and congrats to the Hunger Games for outselling James Cameron's Avatar for the best-selling movie 4 weeks in a row, beating the record that Avatar held. So that's all I have to say about Hunger Games. In summary, if you haven't seen the movie and you haven't read the books, do so. It's not Team Gale versus Team Peeta. This is ridiculous. Stop. And 3, Jennifer Lawrence, you're only being attacked because you're untouchable. So just keep doing what you're doing. All right, guys. See you later.